Hello everyone. I know it's been a long time since I've made an update, about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, but these past 2 months have been a roller coaster. They really have. Um, I think my last video I was still in rehab, so I guess I'll just take it from there. Before, right after I made this last video, I started, for some reason, started going downhill again. I started getting weaker. It was harder to do the things that I was always doing the whole time there, and took more energy, and it was harder to do the same things over again. And the physical therapist and the people at rehab noticed it, and they kind of got worried, and they tried to convince me to go into a rest home. They said that unless I had somebody 24 hours taking care of me, that I shouldn't go home. That I would need more than just being home. They called someone in and said, well, if you spend 6 months in a hospital, we can give you $2,000, and then you can, you know, stay at a rest home and stay at a assisted living facility and stuff like that. And it really played games with my mind. It really did. I really started to believe, oh my God, I'm going to end up in a rest home. When my family heard about it, they were kind of like, no, you're coming home, and whatever happens, we'll deal with it. So my mom just kind of took me home and said, we're going to deal with it, don't worry. You're coming home. You're not going to be in a rest home. You're 22 years old. So that kind of snapped me out of it. But it really played a mind game with me to where I thought, oh my God, I'm 22 years old, and I'm going to be in a rest home. I'm just going to sit there and, wait to die? And so my family snapped me out of that, and they said, no, we want you home, silly girl. So I came home, and sadly, I kept getting weaker. And my brother, he's a strong kid. I can't say my baby brother, but he's 20. But he was able to, when I fell, he was able to lift me up and stuff. But I got to a point where I got so weak that I couldn't get out of my wheelchair. I couldn't stand up out of my wheelchair and get into bed. My brother had to take me out of my wheelchair and put me in bed. And there was one night I remember falling and almost breaking my arm, because my arm bent backwards. And I remember laying on the floor looking at the roof thinking, okay, I've got to do something. I can't live like this. I waited so long because I didn't want to go back in the hospital. I was scared the doctor would be, well, let's put you back in the hospital. And I did not want to go back to that rehab center. So I went to the doctors, and I had switched neurologists to one that was recommended by me from another MS patient of his. And he said that he likes to research MS, and he was interested in it. So I decided, well, as you guys saw, my other neurologist was guessing plasmapheresis. Let's do a little chemo, I guess. I don't know. So we decided to change, and it was a very good decision. I've been through 4 neurologists already, and I'm so happy I ended up with him. So I went to the doctor, and I told him my fears. I said, I'm really scared of what's happening. I don't know what to do. We've done so many things. I'm just really scared. I'm really freaked out. And he said, well, Maria, you're the worst MS case I've seen. He said, but I've spoken to one of my friends in St. Louis. He only works with MS cases that are extreme. And I've consulted with him on what we should do, and we both agreed that this is the worst she'll get. And so I was like, just in a breath, just like, okay. He says, my doctor said, the worst is over. He said, it's only going to get better from here. So I just like, it was such a relief. It was like 100 pounds got lifted off my shoulders. It was a huge relief, a sigh of relief. And he said, and I said, you know, what's next? And he goes, well, I'm going to send you home. I don't want to send you in the hospital because I don't like the hospital. And I said, oh, thank gosh. And he goes, I'm going to send you home and I'm going to set up home steroid treatments. And immediately I thought, oh, they didn't work so well last time. I almost had, you know, I had so much last time and they barely did anything. You know, basically didn't do anything. So I thought, oh gosh, you know. But he said, you're having a little bit of leg spasms, so I'm going to give you some baclofen. So I'm going to give you the steroid treatments, but I'm going to give you 2 grams a day for 5 days. I'm going to give you 10 grams of steroids. And I thought, 2 grams? I thought a gram was, you know, a whole lot. 2 grams? But, you know, he said, I trusted him, so I agreed. And that day, when I was coming out of the hospital,